Okay. Screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. So many of you answer for this question. The ratio of pyrimidine to pyrimidine is always 1:1 in DNA. So you people are right. So why you are thinking that the ratio of purine to pyrimidine is always one? Like first one, we'll start from the first one. There are twice the number of pyrimidine to pyrimidine in DNA. Is this possible? That purine is twice than the pyrimidine. In the first statement, they are saying that that purine are double of the pyrimidine.
No, ma'am, it's not possible.
No, ma'am, it's not possible.
Yeah, right. Why? Because we know that A always bind with what? Adenine binds with
C.
T.
Yes, ma'am, the
Thymine.
C.
irregularity of hydrogen
Thymine.
bonds will be there, so it will be not possible.
Yeah, because adenine always bind with the thymine and guanine always bind with the cytosine. And adenine and guanine are the purines, and thymine and cytosine are the
Pyrimidine.
Pyrimidines.
yeah, right. Okay. And the next statement is adenine and thymine form double bonds, guanine and cytosine form triple bond. So why you people are thinking that this one is not right statement? Adenine and thymine form double bonds, and guanine and cytosine form triple bonds.
And actually, at the due to the point of view of Chargaff's rule, C is the more correct than B. B is also correct, but
Then
C is more correct. Means Chargaff's principle is only the ratio that he has given.
okay, ratio. Other than that, any other point which is not like which may be hide in the statement B. If that one word may be there, then we can say that it can also include. Like this is the partially correct. Like according to Chargaff rule, this is partially correct because they mentioned that they form double bond. But like what kind of bond? Is this covalent bond?
Hydrogen bond.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds.
Yeah, yeah, right. But in the statement, they didn't mention at all ki this is a hydrogen bond or like covalent bond. So that's why it's a partially correct statement. If that hydrogen bond, like hydrogen bond, should be there in the statement, then can we can consider that. But here it is missing. Okay, like what kind of bonds are present? So that's why we are excluding this statement also. And then C is the ratio of pyrimidine to pyrimidine is always 1:1 in DNA. So here we can see that, yeah, this is correct. Like always the ratio of this pyrimidine to pyrimidine is always 1:1 in DNA. So this is the most like even the like accurate statement. And the last one is there is no relation between the number of purines and pyrimidine present in DNA. There is no relation. This is very incorrect statement because we know that purine, that is A bind with the T and G bind with the C. So they have the relation, right? So is there any doubt? Anyone? Okay, then moving to the next question. Breaking of bonds between which of the following two nucleotide requires highest amount of energy? So you have a 2 minutes.
G. C. Option B.
B.
Okay. So two of you are saying option two. Any other?
Yes, ma'am, GC.
Okay, GC. Like, I think many of you are not responding. I think the same persons are responding. So you people also respond, other people. But you people think. Otherwise,
Option D.
I'll ask like one by one, like any of you. Okay. Pragati Singh, what do you think? What will be the answer for the
It's
question?
GC.
Okay. Why are you thinking GC is the answer?
Ma'am, because it's triple bond of hydrogen.
Yeah, right. GC is the correct answer for this question because we know that between the adenine and thymine, there are two hydrogen bond present between these. Here, adenine is a purine or pyrimidine,
Purine.
Purine.
and thymine is pyrimidine. So in between these two molecules, there are two hydrogen bond, and in between guanine and cytosine, there are three hydrogen bond. So to break the three hydrogen bond, it will require more bond energy to break those bonds. So that's why GC have a GC require more bond energy to break these three hydrogen bonds. Okay. Anyone have any question? This one is very simply, so we can move to the next question. Which of the following statement about DNA replication is true? First one is Okazaki fragments are found on the leading strand. Second one is DNA polymerase replicate DNA from the 3 dash to 5 dash direction. Third one is DNA replication is continuous on both leading and lagging strands. And the fourth one is DNA helicase unwinds and separate the two strand of DNA.
D. Option D.
Option D.
Option D.
Option D.
Okay, option D.
Option D.
Option D.
Okay. Vidya, Vidya J. What do you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one is the correct answer for this?
Option D is the correct answer.
Okay. Why you are thinking option D is the correct answer? You tell me why first one is not the correct answer. First statement is saying कि Okazaki fragments are found on the leading strand. Why you are thinking that this is not the correct? Any of you?
Ma'am, because Okazaki fragments are found on lagging strand.
Yeah, right. What are Okazaki fragments?
Okazaki fragments are something which is comprised of RNA primer with DNA polymerase. As on lagging strand, DNA polymerase does not have the directionality to function from 3 prime is to 5 prime. That's why in periodical in between RNA primers get fixed. That is called as Okazaki fragments.
Yeah, right. Very good. Your name?
I'm Shrutriya.
Okay, nice. Very good. So, Okazaki fragments, as Vidya also told, ki Okazaki fragments are found on the legging strand. And then the second option, DNA polymerase replicates DNA from 3 dash to 5 dash direction. So, Shupt, right? He also mentioned ki it replicates from the 5 dash to 3 dash direction. And the third one is DNA replication is continuous on both leading and lagging strand. This is not the correct one because we know that it is discontinuous in case of lagging strand. So you people answered very correctly कि DNA helicase unwinds and separate the two strand of DNA. So this is basically the DNA replication process, like diagrammatic view for this one. So DNA helicase is the first enzyme which binds with the DNA and then unwinds that with the help of which ATP. Like it also requires this enzymes also require the ATP to unwind this. So first this helicase enzyme come and bind with the DNA strand and it will unwind with the help of ATP energy so that DNA polymerase can come and sit there and then will synthesize the like another strand of the DNA. Here other things are also there: DNA ligase, RNA primers, sliding cam topoisomerase. So we'll discuss this later. Like one more question is DNA replication is the first one is discontinuous and semi-conservative. Second option is continuous and semi-conservative. Third one is discontinuous and conservative, and fourth one is continuous and conservative.
Option A.
A.
Okay. So two of you are saying option A. Any other option?
Yeah, ma'am, it is option A.
Option A.
Okay, good. So option is the correct answer. Oh, sorry. We have to discontinuous and semi-conservative. Wait. So why are you thinking that any one of you can want to answer for this question?
And because DNA replication having the two strands, that is one leading strand and one lagging strand,
Hmm.
and we know the according to the mechanism in the lagging strand there are it is discontinuously it is replicating because of the mechanism because the DNA replication is taking from 5 prime to 3 prime with the help of DNA polymerase, which is opposite to each other in lagging and leading strands. So in lagging strands, fragments are falling to the called Okazaki segment. So that's why it is discontinuous and it's semi-conservative.
Yeah, yeah. And we know there are two strands. One is 5 dash and 3 dash. And DNA polymerase always need what? Like to synthesize the another strand of DNA, what it needs?
RNA primer.
RNA primer, or more specifically, we can say 3 dash OH,
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
right? It needs 3 dash OH, like to synthesize a strand of a DNA. So here one strand is 5 dash to 3 dash, and another one is 3 dash to 5 dash. So to make the complementary for the 3 dash to 5 dash, it is easy to form the 5 dash to 3 dash strand continuously, right? But for 3 dash to 5 dash, here some primase like will act and it will give some stretch of DNA, and then this DNA polymerase sit and then synthesize, and then again to the another strand it will sit and then synthesize. So here that's why this process is very discontinuous, right? And is there any relation of this with the, like we know na, like in humans, uh, like with the aging also, like there is a shortening of DNA. So shortening of DNA means like DNA replication process, like DNA replication is the process na, that will synthesize the DNA, and
Yes,
telomere
yes.
is the part like which present on the end of the chromosome, right?
Yes, ma'am. Telomere. Telomere is responsible for aging.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Like many of the paper which published like earlier, they showed like, yeah, DNA, like in during the synthesis of DNA there is a shortening of telomere, and this telomere shortening is responsible for aging. So like, why you think that telomere is shortened, like telomere
Ma'am,
get.
because the telomere is the end of the DNA replication cycle. Telomere comes at the end, and in the level where it is end, if stop codon is, by the way, mutated or something like that, so it is then cut off from that side. So it is keep on shortening.
Mutated, is this the right word to say mutated? Like if there is no mutation, then there will be no shortening, you mean?
I'm not no, mutated not, but in the sense of increasing age.
So what you people think, like if there is no shortening of telomere, then we can like reduce this aging process. We can manage.
Yes, ma'am, we can. Yes, I
Okay.
think we can.
Okay, you people read about that. Okay, like why this telomere get shortened. Like you were answering very nicely, impressive. But you all of the people who were present in this meeting read about like what is telomere. Like many of people I know, you people know like what are telomeres, but still you go and check like some recent paper about telomere shortening. Is there any conserved sequences present in the telomere? Is there any uh, that uh, other mechanism? Because we know that replication is of different types, like in uh, during telomere is the same replication which occur like to the like whole of the chromosome is the same, or telomere have some different mechanism for DNA replication. And also read about like if prokaryotic replication is same as a eukaryotic, and how is like what are the differences between the like replication between the whole of the chromosome or between the telomere, like is there any differences and why it gets shortened. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Yes.
then the next question is, which enzyme unwinds and separate the two strand of DNA?
Helicase.
First one is
Option B.
Helicase. Helicase.
Helicase.
Helicase.
okay. So many of you are answering helicase is the enzyme. Anyone who thinks helicase is not the answer, right? Helicase is the answer for this because as like previously also we see that the helicase which is the enzyme which help in the unwinding and separate the two strand of DNA. So let's go option by option. First one is DNA dependent DNA polymerase. You always try to answer the question with the options, like what do you think, like eliminate the like options and then choose the correct one. Like first one to already I described in the first slide, like with like what is the function of DNA dependent DNA polymerase enzyme, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the function of this enzyme?
Transcription.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
to add the yes, ma'am.
DNA replication.
Hmm.
To add the nucleotides.
Yeah, to add the nucleotides polymerase, but main process is what? DNA dependent.
Ma'am, duplication.
Huh, right. Replication, not transcription. I think one of you answered transcription, right? But transcription is not the answer. It is DNA dependent in DNA polymerase, synthesizing the DNA and from the DNA only. So, DNA dependent. Oh, sorry. This is a transcription DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Yeah, yeah. Huh. Replication. I think DNA polymerase, which help in the for like synthesize the DNA strand. So, and the second one is the helicase. That is, it is the enzyme which help in the unwinding and separate the two strand of DNA. And what is the function of primase?
It synthesized the short RNA fragments called primers.
Yeah, yeah, short. Like how much short?
10 to 20 nucleotides.
Hmm. So it will give the short stretch of nucleotides so that DNA polymerase can come and then bind, and it will provide the free 3-OH. And what is the function of DNA ligase?
To join the lagging strand, join the lagging strand to different nucleotides which has already joined on the lagging strand and they joined by DNA.
Okay, I heard joining, but your voice is little.
Ma'am, to join the
Ma'am,
nicks
actually,
between phosphodiester bonds.
yes, ma'am.
Right. More correctly, we can say that to join the phosphodiester bond in case of hair. Okay. So the correct answer for this is the helicase, and this is the mechanism for this. As previously also I described that this enzyme also need the ATP. So helicase encircles the one strand of this DNA, and it bind to this duplex DNA, and this base pairs are separated and with the help of this ATP. So this is the enzyme which help in the unwinding of the two strand of the DNA. And further, like if we are unwinding this, maybe that the previous strand can like start formation, like again they start forming coiling. Is there any enzyme which binds and then prevent?
Yes, ma'am. Single strand binding proteins, which provides the stability of the strand so that they can not bind after the unwinding of the two strands.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yes, ma'am.
And also like when we stretch the rope also, like we open the rope, maybe like further stand will like super coil, like in the rope sometime you see like it will super coil very, like maybe positively or
Yes, ma'am.
negatively.
That is a concept of positive and negative supercoiling, which is controlled by the topoisomerase.
Very good. Yeah, that super coiling will prevent by the topoisomerase enzyme. Nice. Okay, then the next question is, if a single molecule of DNA undergoes 3 rounds of DNA replication, how many molecules of DNA are created which don't have any original strand of DNA? So you have a 5 minutes of time for this question. You have to draw in your notebook, and I can ask you, ki, like show me the figure, like first round of replication, second and third round of replication, and then you tell me how many molecules of DNA are created, like which don't have any original strand of DNA. So your time
I'm six.
start now. No, you have to draw in your notebook also. So you have five.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I drew it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sh- All of you done? Okay. Ayush Srivastava. Ayush Srivastava. Can you tell me the answer for this question? Are you there? Hemashri, Kashish Gupta.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you tell me the answer for this.
Ma'am, six DNA molecules won't be having any original template, while two of them will have the original template.
Okay, right. Should you show me the figure which you made? Should Ruya?
I should open my camera.
Yeah, yeah. You can show your
Yeah.
notebook. First, you tell me the answer for this question. What do you think?
Mummy.
B is how many stand? Uh, B.
No, no. New strands are which doesn't have any parental strands
Hmm.
are six DNA strands after three rounds of replication.
Yeah, yeah. Right, right.
Yes, from option A, that is six.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Okay. So you people did very well. Six is the correct answer for this question. How? Let me explain. Like initially, we have this. Uh, we have this strand of DNA. Then after the first replication, like we added the radio label or that like different radio label nucleotides, and we found that the DNA replication is this semi-conservative. So one strand is the parental and another one is the newly synthesized strand. So after the first replication cycle, we found two strand of DNA, and both the strand have one strand is from the parental and another one is from the this one. So both strand have this original strand of DNA, right? And after the second replication, uh, again these four strand will separate, like one here, one here, original strand, third one, and the fourth one. And these are the newly synthesized strands. This blue one here, second, this one is a newly synthesized strand. So after the second round of replication, how many strands are there which don't have any original strand of DNA?
Two.
Yeah, right. So two strands are there which don't have any original strand of DNA, but two are there who have this original strand of DNA. And even after the third replication cycles, these two strand are there which have this original strand there, and six are there which don't have. Even after four replication cycle, fifth, sixth, only two strand will be there which shows the original strand. Other strand we will get like which don't have any original strand of DNA, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone have any question? Like this question is clear for everyone, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Right? Yeah.
ma'am, I have seen this question in the week one assignment also. So there is no option of sex. Like you have answered sex, right? So there is no option of sex. So what I think I have submitted it, but I have not find any answer, correct answer.
Oh, maybe in your assignment they'll ask the same question, or in your assignment they are asking the, like, maybe they
No,
modified.
ma'am, it was different because here your question it is written that if a single molecule of DNA undergoes 3 rounds, but in the assignment question it was written that two molecules of DNA undergoes 3 rounds, so the answer will be different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like if two molecules of DNA will be there, then here also like one strand also you have to take, like that. So here four will be the original, and also the
Yes,
number
ma'am.
will be different. So you have,
Yes, ma'am.
so you have to make like this same, this eight, after the third application eight more strand will be there, because initially you are taking two strands, na, right? So maybe the question will be different, as your all like classmate also saying ki question are different. So
Yes, ma'am. The question is like different. It's two molecules. Can you explain this question also for two molecules?
okay, that question. So if we are taking two molecule of DNA double helix, right? So after the first application, we will get how many strand? Four strand, right? One, two, three, four. Four same, and this one is the newly synthesized strand. So in that question, they ask the like which don't have any original strand of DNA after the three round of replication, or in that assignment they ask ki like original strand of DNA
So I don't have any
Which
additional
don't
friends.
have.
which have.
Yes, ma'am. Don't have none.
Okay, okay, don't
Don't
have.
have.
Okay, okay, okay. So after the first round of replication, how many strand will get? Four,
Four
right?
strands.
Hmm. And then after the second round of replication, how many strand we will get? Tell me. After second,
Eight.
Eight, eight.
eight,
Eight
right?
strands.
In that eight strand, four will be the original one, like which have the original strand of DNA, right? And four will the which don't have any original strand of DNA, right? Everyone is getting.
Yes, ma'am.
So total,
Yes, ma'am.
total eight will be there, right? Four which have a original strand of DNA, and four will be which don't have original. And then it will go into the third round of replication. So after the third round of replication, how many strand we will get?
16.
16, right? And out of 16, how many strand will have original? 4.
Four.
Four strands.
And 16 minus 4, how many, how will, like, how many strand will be there which don't have any original?
12.
12.
Right? The one who asked the question, now you are getting or not?
Yes, ma'am. I got it.
Okay. So, even like in the entrance exam, any like this type of question will ask, then you only see like if two stands are there, in the first application four stand will form, right? So always these which have a original strand of DNA, it will remain same in all, like all the replication cycle, even after the fourth, after this, even after the fifth, this original strand of DNA will remain same, that is 4. And then you can see like 2 getting 4, then 4 8, then 16, then 32. So you minus from like minus 4 from the 32, and the rest will be the which don't have any original strand of DNA. So in this way you can solve. Are you getting? You people are getting now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So for this,
Ma'am,
yeah,
I have a. I don't know whether it's a silly question or not, but uh, don't you think the original strand will lose its originality of molecule or efficiency after going through that many replications?
efficiency means like in what ways?
The originality of molecule or something like that.
Like um,
But
uh,
she is trying to saying that in every replication we are getting that the fixed number of original strands. So it will be lose its originality in any case or not
that's
in
why to
further replication.
हाँ, that's why तो variation will come ना. If this will not be there, then there will be no variation, and we need variations, right? Like in the uh, incoming environments or the environment, we have to adapt those environments, right? So we need variation. If this will not the case, if conservation will be there, then our progeny will also look similar to the parents, right? But we need variations. That's why in every replication cycles, only one strand of the DNA will same, and the second strand will be the newly one, even in germinal cell also and somatic cells also.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this is
Ma'am,
necessary
ma'am,
also. Hmm. Yeah.
Ma'am, let's say one molecule of DNA is replicating, and in the first round of replication, we have got the semi-conservative replication. That means one strand is parental and one is newly generated.
Hmm.
So there are two conditions we are getting that semi-conservative. So these two will be remain constant in 100 round of replication.
Okay, these two. Yeah, yeah. In even in the if semi-conservative is there, even after the 100 round of replication, this will remain same. If semi-conservation,
And that means in infinity round of applications, we will get the two original one.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Okay, ma'am.
Because initially if we are taking one strand of dna if we are taking one strand of dna, then only two, like after infinite time it depends upon ki how many we are taking. So after infinity time also, that two strand will be there which have the original one, another one will be the newly synthesized. So here also,
That means,
Ma'am,
ma'am, in any entrance exam, if a question is asked that let's take a one molecule of DNA strand and it is replicating 100 round of replications. So, what will be the number of strands that will have no original one? So simply we can take the exponential. That means 2 to the power 100
power
and
100.
then minus two.
Yeah, right. Hmm. Simply we can do that 2 ki power n, like how many round of replication, and minus 2 if we are taking a single molecule.
Okay,
So
okay,
after
ma'am.
100
Okay, ma'am.
round of replication, you will get that much, right? And also like because we know that there is a self complementarity, we know that a is bind with the t and g is bind with the c, right? As one of you asked the question, like it will the variation will be there or not. So here also, like if we are taking one strand of dna, here information, like in dna information store in the form of nucleotide, right? Here we can say that this strand is a t g c or uh, like something. So these newly stand also is the complementarity na, it shows the complementarity, right? And it will bind with that, and then it will form that complementary of this a would bind with the t and g would bind with the c, right?
yes, ma'am.
Hmm. And then again, this uh, these strand also shows the same, na, right? Because this is also from this. Here, though, we are just proving semi-conservative nature and which have that original strand. Like original strand means which we initially took, but information will be the same because if one cell have a DNA and it have the same information will carry into the like newly cells also if another round of replication will be there, it will carry the same information. Like if there is any mutation or something, or then this, then that may cause any hinder. Like here the information will be the same, like same, that is ATGC and all. But if there is any mutation incorporated in this strand, then maybe possibility will be there that this next strand will be the, like because in the complementarity also here will be the mutation, because we know that here some mutation will incorporated, like a missense mutation, or we can say any kind of mutation, single mutation. So if here initially T will be there, but now A will be incorporated, so this A will bind, T will bind with what, A, but here now A, so here T will come, so these will, this two strand will separate, right, and these two will form the fourth strand. So in that case variation will come, and like we will get like different information, or will, because these will code the different type of proteins, or that's why though this mutation will cause sometimes unfunctional protein, or maybe no protein at all, and in this way information will lose. But otherwise they'll carry the same information only, it depends upon which type of cells. Are you getting what I'm explaining?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can't say ki variation will come from the environment also, like if there is environment or there is some mutation or some mutation, otherwise it will carry the information, like after the replication round it will carry the same information only, like all the strands. If there is any mutation or something, then only it will lose, like it will lose and it will make code for another protein or may something else, right? Otherwise so it's same now, right? Anyone have
Yes,
any
ma'am.
question? Anyone have any question, or shall I move to the next question? And this is good, you people are asking question, and because science is all about curiosity and all about the asking the question and observing the things. So you people ask as many as question. Maybe I'll not able to answer all the questions, but I'll make sure ki I'll answer in the next class. If I'll be like if I am unable to answer the question like right now, okay. But you people ask question. So the next question: a nucleotide is composed of, the first one is phosphate plus sugar, and the second one is phosphate plus base, and the third one is phosphate plus base plus sugar, and the fourth one is none of the above.
Option C,
Option C.
phosphate based sugar.
Okay, so two people are saying option C.
Yes, ma'am. C it is. Option C.
Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, ma'am. C.
Okay, we have 1 more minute. You other people, you people can think and eliminate the option like one by one, and then in this case so there is no such need to eliminate, so it's a very simple question. Okay, Saloni Gupta,
Yes, ma'am.
Which one is the correct answer for this one? For this question?
Ma'am, C is the correct answer.
Okay. Option C. Okay. Saptrishi. You already, I think. Alright. Tanu. Tanu Sandhu. Um, Abhay Yadav.
Yeah, ma'am.
What do you think? Like, what is the correct answer for this question?
Ma'am, option C.
Okay. So, right, you people are right. Option C is the correct answer. A nucleotide is made up of phosphate group, base, and sugar. And so, this is the phosphate. Why phosphate is important in the nucleotide? Why phosphate is needed in the nucleotides?
Because, ma'am, it form backbone of DNA.
Yeah, it form backbone of DNA. And other than that, also,
It binds to one COH group of ribose sugar
hmm.
to make backbone of the DNA.
Okay, what is the charge on DNA? What is the charge?
It's not negatively charged and hence is helping the chromatin function.
Yeah, DNA is
Yes, ma'am, but negatively charged comes from phosphate group only.
yeah, right. DNA is negatively charged, and this negative charge come from this phosphate group. So phosphate, it also like it help in the formation of phosphodiester bond also, uh, so that next nucleotide will come and bind, and also that negative charge also come from this phosphate group. So as we know that DNA is 2.2 meter, right? 2.2 meter, right now. And what is the size of the eukaryotic cell? DNA is 2.2 meter. And anyone, what is the size of eukaryotic cell? It's in micrometer, right? 10 to 100 micrometer. Eukaryotic size, eukaryotic cells have a size of in the range of 10 to 100 micrometer, right? But DNA have a size of 2.2 meter. Like, isn't it amazing? Like, DNA is 2.2 meter, and size of cell is in micrometer. So how it get placed into this cell?
Ma'am, it contains with histone protein.
Yeah, histone proteins. And histone proteins are have a different charge, or is it have a same charge as DNA have?
Positively
Histone
charged.
molecule is positive.
Positively charged, right? So this negative charge of DNA is very important. Because of this negative charge, it will bind to the positively charged histone protein, which help in the condensation of the chromatin, and so that it will pack into this cell nucleus, right? So this negative charge will provide by this phosphate group. Also the energy, also the this phosphodiester bond formation with the help of this phosphate group only. And the second one is the nucleotide is form of sugar. So so tell me, is DNA or RNA both have a same sugar, or they have a different sugar?
Different
They
sugar.
have
They have
different
different
shape.
shapes.
So okay, in RNA, like the sugar name,
Ribose.
Ribose sugar.
and in DNA.
Deoxyribose.
Deoxyribose, ma'am.
Deoxyribose.
Deoxyribonucleic.
Okay, what is the difference between deoxy and
When in the
The second,
deoxyribose, the
ma'am,
second carbon oxygen is absent.
Yeah, second oxygen is absent. So, is there any benefit to DNA that they have this, like, don't have this oxygen, deoxy, that is,
It makes the DNA more stable.
yeah, right. It makes the DNA more stable. But in case of RNA, because of the absence of this oxygen, it make more labile. And it will degrade very fastly. Even in the lab, when
Excuse me,
we,
ma'am. Hello.
yeah,
Ma'am, how the absence of oxygen in the DNA makes it more stable? Means, is there any chemistry reason?
because there is a free radical now. We know that the valency, we know that every element will form that octant. It will try to form that octant. It will so that it will be inert. Even the like noble gases, we know that they are highly inert. They will not react with any other molecule. If the valency will not complete in the outer shell of any element, then what will they do with the free radical? They have a free radical, right, in the outer
Okay,
shell.
ma'am. Ma'am, that means they will be remain excited all the time, so stability will be disturbed.
Stability will be disturbed, and if any molecule will come, they'll bind and they'll try to be inert, and they'll try to combine with that and try to complete their valency, right? So if there will be no
Yes,
oxygen,
ma'am.
so it will still in the excited state, and still they don't have a like fully octane. So they have to complete their valency so that they will be inert. So that's why it will be RNA, because of the absence of this oxygen, it will be more labile. So it will bind with the any compound, and it will form like a duct, or it will degrade very easily. So even in lab also, when we while working with the RNA experiment, we have to be very careful, like very careful, because it can degrade very easily. But like for the information, if we want to pass the information to the next generation, for that it is very efficient. Like even in the DNA, RNA is very efficient for transfer the information. But for storage, DNA is more stable. Okay. So and the third one, nucleotide, like third part of the nucleotide is the nitrogen base. So what is the function of this nitrogen base? Like very main function. Why this nitrogen base is important?
And this forms the complementary pairing between the anti-parallel strands.
Okay, complementary. Yeah, right. You are right. So what is the benefit of like two from the its complement? Is there any important role they are playing, nitrogen base in DNA?
They help in metabolic activities and transport.
Okay, we can consider this point, but the main point.
But the unique sequence of nitrogenous bases is responsible for the information.
Yeah, right.
Ma'am, the amino acids or the nitrogen bases code as the genetic code to form RNA and then to proteins. Thus, nitrogen bases are important.
Yeah, very right. Like it's for the information, like genetic information is in the form of nitrogen base only, that adenine, thymine, guanine, like still, like after that they have to form protein also, like we know na, Boole hypothesis also, like that three codon, three nucleotide will form a one codon, right? So these all the information in the form of this nitrogen bases. So this is very important for the genetic information transfer. Your genetic information present in the DNA in the form of this nitrogenous base only. Okay. And this nitrogen base are of four types, as you all people are aware about. And what are those four? Adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. Depending upon how many rings are present in those, we are subdivided into two types. That is purine and pyrimidine. And purine have how many rings?
students.
Yeah, two
Turing.
rings. And pyrimidines have one ring.
One
One
ring.
ring.
So in the next class, like after this class also, you have to draw this structure in your notebook. Okay. In the next class, in the next tutorial, I can ask anyone to show, like, 2 times you have to draw this structure. You all people know the structure. You people can independently draw this structure of this purine and pyrimide in your notebook, because structure
Yes,
is
ma'am.
very important. Like, structure is very important. Through this you can analyze ki, yeah, there is a nitrogen, there is oxygen, so it may binds, it may help in the hydrogen bonding, and this O may help in this, so you can analyze. So structure is very important, so you draw this structure in your notebook. Okay. So the next question is, origin of replication is site. First one is,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah.
Ma'am, I have a question related to the previous question.
Hmm.
Ma'am, as you said, RNA has oxygen molecule in it. That's why it makes it unstable. But and DNA doesn't have any oxygen in it. That's why it makes it pretty much stable. But in the as in the step of reverse transcriptase,
Mm-hmm.
does it make DNA? Does it release ROS, reactive oxygen species?
Reactive oxygen species, so that it can make.
From RNA to DNA, does it release reactive oxygen species? That was
Or it so that it can form the DNA, right?
yes, ma'am. Yes,
um,
as I have thought about reactive oxygen species are mainly in bad negative effect. So
no, rose, like reactive oxygen species, always don't have any, like, always we can't say कि it have a bad effect, because in our body rose is very
okay,
important.
okay.
They may
Oh,
play a very important role also in mitochondria also. Like, rose is very important because
okay, ma'am. I have to study about it. Sorry for
hmm.
asking. Yes.
Like, always we can't say he roles have a very negative impact, so it have a very positive impact also. It have a functionality role also in our body. So you read about that,
Okay, ma'am.
then
Okay,
we'll
thank you.
discuss. Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Origin of replication is, the first one is site. uh, but it's very good, you were asking very interesting questions, so good. Next question, last question. Origin of replication is, the first one is site where RNA synthesis is initiated, and the second one is site where DNA replication is terminated, and the third one is site where which prevents initiation, and the fourth one is site where DNA replication start. So you have a 2 minutes. You uh, don't answer me right now. You think and then tell me. It's okay.
I have option D.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Option D.
Okay.
Option D, ma'am.
Okay, many of you are saying
Option D.
option D.
Yeah, ma'am. D.
Okay. So you all are right. Option D is the correct answer for this question. That is site where DNA replication start. So this is the ORI. ORI, we can call it as ORI also. ORI, where the replication starts. So here we can see that this is the ORI where the replication start. This is 5 dash to 3 dash. So complementary, here the 5 prime will be there, and 5 to 3 dash, this is the continuous strand, and here this lagging strand, because this is the 3 dash to 5 dash. as DNA polymerase always synthesize in the 5 dash to 3 dash direction only. So this is the lagging stand. So
Excuse me, ma'am. I have a question regarding this topic.
mhm.
Ma'am, as we know, in some organisms, like in virus, there are many viruses are there where RNA is a genetic material.
Yeah,
Because later on, RNA is also acts as a genetic material, as the scientists have discovered it in tobacco mosaic virus and all.
yeah, yeah. Huh. In
So,
TMV
so why
RNA.
so why in generally when origin of replication comes, as we know that most of the organisms have DNA is a genetic material, so we consider the DNA. But RNA also is replicated, and there should be also an origin of replication. So why not site where RNA synthesis is initiated would be the answer for those organisms. Is there any reason or any story behind it?
I think in this reverse transcriptase happens first, then RNA replication is there.
In that in TMV and all.
Yes, ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
because in those organisms, RNA will be the genetic material. So there also the replication will be there for RNA.
Huh, but there the reverse transcriptase, like once they enter into the host, then they'll also synthesize this DNA through the reverse transcriptase process. I
That
mean,
means, ma'am, after entering into the host, the RNA degenerates, means they hijack the DNA of the host and DNA replication is continued.
huh, after that maybe it will continue. I have to check this also
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
because virus though like so. Let me ask one question. What do you think? Virus is live or alive or not?
Ma'am, actually, it is
No,
a
ma'am.
border organism between live and dead because it needs host to survive. So means outside the host it is dead, and in the host it becomes alive.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it is a connecting link between living and non-living. So we can't say it's a living or we can't say it's a non-living or we can say both. Like for the viruses, both are true or maybe both are not true. It's both statements.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Once it enter into the host, then it will start replication and it will be like it will take the host machinery. So I I'll see this and then
No, actually, I was asking that after entering into the host, its RNA will be functional or it will be degenerated because it hijacks the DNA of the host and it replicates. So, what will be the genetic material for that virus, RNA or DNA?
for TMV RNA is the genetic material. Once it get enter into the host with the help of reverse transcriptase, it will synthesize the DNA.
That means some RNA replication never happens in any cases.
Because RNA is not a self-replicating. Because even in the evolution study, that many evolutionary biologists they stated that only DNA is the one which shows the self-replicating property. So
Okay, ma'am. Actually, I'm asking that one only.
okay, okay. So far, like there is no study which shows the self-replicating property of RNA or protein. That's why we are saying that in initially RNA may be the genetic material initially, like when the Earth formation was there that time, but we don't have any evidence which shows that we can form RNA from the RNA directly, like self-replicating property. Self-replicating means like all those property which can their own machinery and they can synthesize their own like all the things which is needed for the proper growth and all. So
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, it may be the reason that RNA, they are single stranded, so replication is not possible. Means it may be. I don't know.
okay, that single strand is there only. That's what.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
double stranded RNA also there. Like single stranded RNA
Yes,
also
ma'am.
single strand we are divided viruses into two types, like single stranded RNA viruses and double stranded RNA viruses also.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yes, ma'am.
still we don't have any evidence that RNA is a self replicating RNA is showing self replicating property. And also this
Okay, ma'am.
even like research is going on, we'll see. Like, but so far there is no evidence. But yeah, single
Okay, ma'am.
stranded,
Thank you, ma'am.
huh? But single stranded DNA and double stranded single stranded RNA and double stranded RNA viruses will be there. But working on virus is very like so. But yeah, very interesting question, and I enjoyed taking your classes. You people ask very interesting questions. So okay. Any other question anyone have?
Ma'am, replication and DNA does not occur simultaneously or together.
Replication in DNA
Occur simultaneously or together.
simultaneously or together? I'm not getting like simultaneously. Simultaneously, मतलब like your question is incomplete. Looks like. Um, can you describe little more? Like what you want?
Ma'am, I want to ask it occur together or alternate manner.
Replication of DNA simultaneously it will occur. I think so. Like still I am not getting. I'll see. Like anyone of you want to answer this question? Like what Abhay Yadav is asking. Uh,
Question is not complete, ma'am. How
I mean, like how like DNA replication. Abhi, can you elaborate more?
Ma'am, I want to ask it occurs same time or at a different time.
DNA replication occur at the same time. Like, what is the scenario? Like previous conditions for that. Like, uh, okay, you check question once again. Like, if you are solving any question series, and then let me know in the next class. Okay. Okay, Abhay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Bye.